Hi, Miss Jen here from the Universal City Public Library. I want to tell you about just a few books that we have in our new section for our young adult fiction, and then encourage you to come on down or use our curbside service. We have so many new books right now. That first one, this one is called Heretics Anonymous by Katie Henry. At its heart, this is a story about family and fitting in. There's plenty of respectful discussion of various religious beliefs, but despite the title, that's not the focal point of the story. Michael has just moved to a new high school his junior year, and he needs a place to fit in. He finds a group that's comprised of a Colombian Catholic, a gay Jew, a pagan, and a Unitarian who loves to break the dress code. The author was respectful of both believers and non-believers alike. I found myself laughing out loud constantly during this book, and also had my heart touched several times. I definitely recommend this one. Plenty of teenage angst, but there are no love triangles, and it's not filled with your typical YA tropes. So that one's highly recommended. Another one, this one, The Field Guide to the North American Teenager by Ben Phillip. It is about a Black Canadian moving to Austin, Texas, which it was really fun to read about a place that we're all familiar with. As you can imagine, that's a big change from Quebec, Black French Canadian, to Austin. It is a fun coming-of-age drama with a fantastic ending. It was refreshing to hear the story from a guy's point of view. So much YA is from a girl's point of view. Hard topics were dealt with, but sensitively, but not in terribly great depth. So this one is definitely recommended. It is just a fun read. Okay, and the last one I want to talk about today is The Lucky Ones by Liz Lawson. We call them the lucky ones, the survivors, but the ones who are still around after some horrible catastrophe. But are they really lucky? Is surviving always better than not? What about when the catastrophe is man-made and there's somebody to blame? What about justice, and what's its role? These issues are presented with incredible skill and compassion in this book. May, one of the main characters, she hid in the music room during a school shooting at her school when the shooter came in, killed everybody in the music room except her, including her twin brother Jordan. 11 months later, she still explodes in anger all the time, cursing herself and others for not defending her friends or her brother. Her parents have all but disappeared into their own grief, and her one constant is her best friend Lucy. But lately, Lucy hasn't been up for participating in the one thing that helps May feel alive, which is painting graffiti on the house of the lawyer who is defending the kid who was the shooter. She feels like she owes it to Jordan, her brother, to continue the secret rebellion, that secret war. After all, only a monster would defend a cold-blooded killer of children, right? The other main character is Zach. Zach is a senior whose life has become a living hell since his mother decided to defend the kid who shot up a neighboring high school and killed 6 people. He and his sister have become social pariahs at school. His mom is working so many hours that he goes weeks without seeing her, and his father rarely gets out of bed, let alone his pajamas. He never leaves the house. When the vandalism starts, Zach assumes his parents will deal with it, but they don't. He realizes that it shouldn't surprise him because he's done all the cooking, the cleaning, the shopping, and the chauffeuring of himself and his younger sister for the years now. After 11 months of vandalism, Zach is very, very close to his breaking point. When May and Zach meet, something changes. For the first time in almost a year, somebody looks at Zach and doesn't see his mom. May realizes that Zach doesn't know she's one of the lucky ones who survived. They begin to wonder if they could be friends. When they find out how they're connected, will they both decide they really want to do is survive? Or is it better, easier to let yourself die a little bit at a time? Is dying what they really deserve, or will they find a way to heal and move on and to really live again? This book is tender and tough and heart-wrenching and humorous and packs a serious punch. I'm not exaggerating when I say this should be required reading for all high school students and their parents. I cannot recommend this one highly enough. This one is life-changing. So that's what I've got for you today. But we have a lot more down here at the library, so use our curbside service, give us a call, come on in and choose a book. All of the new stuff that we have since COVID began is also linked on our website, at least all the covers, so you can get an idea of what we've got. So follow the links. Happy reading.